Hi everyone, we are going to start polymorphism. Already we discussed 𝐓𝐞𝐜𝐴 concepts in the previous video. We discussed about encapsulation and encapsulation use cases, how in interview they will ask. So in this session, I'm going to discuss about what is a polymorphism, in how many ways in interview room they will be asked the scenarios. I'm trying to explain today's session. Once you are good at the overloading, in the next session, I will discuss about method overriding. Okay. Now, before going to start, let me show you guys. So till now, all videos are available under this particular playlist, guys. Just you can open Java Express, you can type in the search bar and just click on here. All interview questions are here available. Around 8 videos we done. Soon we will be complete even 𝐓𝐶 concepts also. Now today we'll start about 𝐓𝐶. Okay. Now let me open the notepad file. Okay. Now what is polymorphism? Guys, polymorphism basically is an important, I can say important concept in object oriented programming language. Object oriented this is the very first point you need to say if anyone asks you. Yeah, this is one of the 𝐓𝐶 concepts. Okay, now encapsulation already we covered. Now this is the polymorphism. Now polymorphism basically means many forms. We can say poly means many forms, or indirectly we can say another meaning, we can say as a single action in many ways or different ways, we can say. That is the meaning of the polymorphism. Okay, now in Java there are two types of polymorphism in Java. What are the two ways we have? The first one is the method overloading, another one is nothing but method overriding. Okay, we have another name is also is about a method overloading. Now in this session I will be discuss about what is a method overloading. If you start an interview room, what is a method overloading? Okay, first point you need to say method overloading, okay, is also known as compile time polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism. Hope you are clear. Okay, compile time polymorphism, or we can say is static binding. We have a lot of names, so I don't want to confuse you right now. Just you can use the properties. Now very first definition you need to say about the condition. What is the concept of the overloading? Okay, there is one rule, one condition should satisfy for the overloading. What is the condition means? Okay, see here, method name and arguments, okay, arguments should be different. This is the only condition to do about the overloading. If you take an example, just I'm taking small example. Okay, everyone is writing Java program. If I ask you to print hello world, everyone can able to do this is the statement system.out.println. Just you will write as a hello world. Everyone will do when I ask you to print hello world in Java program. Suppose if I ask you to, okay, let me make it as a yes copy. I'm not writing complete statement, that's fine. Suppose if I want to define, let me write this one so that you will get a better idea. Okay, system, okay, system.out.println. See, now you are printing a hello world. Now copy and let me paste it to here, guys. Now if I ask you, okay, print a number, some 456, you can able to do. Suppose if I ask you to print some floating point number or double number, 45.7. If I ask you, okay, print a character, just you can provide B, just you can provide a character. Okay, all primitive data types you can able to print in this statement. Okay, you are thinking why this guy is explaining system.out.println, right? Now see here, the example is, see, method name argument should be different. See here, println method is the common for everywhere, only the argument is the different. It supports string data type, integer data type, floating point, boolean, character. So this is the best example, a real-time example where you are applying method overloading. Hope you are clear this point, right? Now we will go through the couple of use cases also. Don't worry, guys. We'll see a lot of use cases in the overloading also. Okay, this is the first. In basically this method overloading, okay, this method overloading is generally, we can say, is generally implemented, okay, generally implement in the same class. Okay, if required, you can, okay, you can do in super class and subclass also. This is one of the tricky question. Maybe in interviewer question they will, hey, can we do overloading using inheritance? People will start a confusion. Yes, you can perform also. Overloading can happen in the same class or with the help of the extends. Okay, inheritance concept also you can perform. But in interviewer room, whenever he is asking, only provide this answer. This is just your knowledge purpose. Okay, here I'm trying to say main point, inheritance is not mandatory to implement method overloading. Okay, now see here 3 points are done. Here we can overload private methods, okay, final methods, and we can say as a static methods and instance methods. All we can say can be overloaded in Java. That means you can use any kind of method or any kind of return type, doesn't matter. I will care about only method name and argument. Then I can say this is a method overloading. Now there is fifth point. Now whenever you find, someone will say public method, someone will say protected, others say default method. There is, I can say, there is no restrictions. There is no restrictions for access modifiers. There is no restrictions. A restrictions in the represents means example private, I can say default, public, and protected. If you don't define, the meaning will be a default. Okay, there is no restrictions for access modifiers whenever you are overloading a method in Java. Okay, hope you are clear these points. Now let me show you a small example so that you will get a better idea here. Okay, now let me open. Okay, already we created a project, constructor, super, encapsulation. Okay, use case we'll see. Now let me explain another use case about polymorphism. Let me create a package. Here instead of the encapsulation, let me change it to, okay, polymorphism. Let me change it to polymorphism. Okay, now let me finish it here. Okay, I will take very simple example at starting. Just have a look here. Class I am creating. What I can do, let me take as a overloading example. I'm taking my class name as same. I want to create a static main method. Just to finish it to here. Okay, now it is taking the time. Now this is our example. Now first you can write any kind of methods. Now just here I'm writing static methods here. Just have a look here, static methods. Now I want to, my motto is I want to add 2 numbers and I want to add 3 numbers. Okay, now by using overloading, how I can achieve. Now have a look here, public static. I'm not writing anything, void sum. How many numbers you want to add? Int a comma int b. I want to add 2 numbers. Okay, now same thing, copy and just paste it to here. Okay, here if you see, method name is same but arguments both are same here. See, you are able, this is not a overloading, you are getting compilation exception, but here you can pass as a int c. See, you maybe your definition you can read it. Method name and argument should be different. In this case here, method name is same, or here 2 arguments, here 3 arguments, then there is no issue at all. Now you can write system.out.println. Now just you can perform the addition, a plus b. Now here also same thing, you can perform system.out.println a plus b plus c. That's it. This is nothing but a overloading. That's it, guys. These are the static methods. So you no need to create a object. Directly you can call sum of, I can say 10, 20. and there is a sum of 10, 20, 30. That's it. Now this is nothing but a overloading. Now let me run this application. Run as Java application. See 30 and 60. This is one use case. Now let me show you another use case here. Okay, example 2. In this use case, now here what I am doing, here I'm using int a and int b, but here I will be using, see here guys, changing the data type, double x, double y. That's it, done. Now I will be perform here x plus y. Now if you see, method name is same, but data type is 2 arguments only, but data types will be a different. Then there is no issue. This is another use case. Here you need to follow some kind of values, some 56, that's it. Some kind of 34 and 30.3. That's it. 2 arguments, right? Let me remove another parameter here. That's it. See here, now if I run this application, run as the Java application. See, now you got the output here. This is another use case. Hope you are clear, right? Now, I'm taking another use case, guys. Just have a look here. Okay, overloading example 3. Overloading example 3. See here. Here, this time I'm writing non-static methods. Just now we written all our static methods, right? Now I want to write as non-static methods. Public void. I'm taking method name as m1. Just I'm taking some kind of a m1. Okay. Here I'm taking double x. I'm taking small variable. System.out.println. Whenever this one is executed, I want to print as a double. This is statement. Now copy and let me take as another method here. I'm taking equal to int x. Here I want to print as a int high. Now if you see here, just I'm calling m1. Okay, here I am passing as some kind of 456. Now what is my output? Okay, you are creating the object, right? Now let me create a object here. This is a non-static method. Obj equals to new overloading example. Now by using obj dot m1 456. Now if you see here, what is the use case? Now how it will be executed? Now see here, 456 support integer data type, and as well as it will be support for double data type also. Then which one will be executed? Okay, now there is a confusion. People will think, okay, integer, but how it is executing the integer data type, in what scenario? Means it is following some kind of a typecasting. Okay, it will be, we need to increase. See here how it is casting. Now we are taking as a, can be implicitly casted if it is a byte data type. If it is a, now if it says here, let me make it as a primitive data type. Okay, now here it can be implicitly casted, or we can say as a promoted to. Now what is the scenario? Now in our use case, you are taking suppose as a int data type. If you take as a byte, okay, now here it will be cast to the short, it will be cast to the int, long data type, float data type, and double data type. Now if it is a int data type, assume that. Now see here, if it is a int, first it will check the long. If this is also not available, float, then it will take as the double data type. Now if you take the short data type, now if it is a short, now from where it will be start? If short means casting will be happen in this approach. In this way, casting will be happen, so that first integer 456 related data type is available or not. Okay, available, then it will be print. If not available, then it will go for the double data type. So that is the use case, okay, in the method overloading. Hope everyone is clear about this scenario. Okay, and I have another scenario. Just see here, copy paste it to here. Fourth example. Okay, here I will take as a float data type. See now what is the output now? Here I am making as a float. See, now here float comma double I have, but we are passing the integer. Now what I am passing, where is our document? Now I am passing about the int data type. First float, then double. Just will verify which one will be execute now. Java, okay, sorry, run as Java application. See, now float data type is printing. Why? Because see here, int you are passing. Now it will check the long is not available, then float is available, then double. Now if you take about as a long data type, see here, copy and paste it to here. Now if you take the long data type, now see here, I'm printing the long. That's it. In this use case, what will happen? It needs to print as a long data. So this is the concept of the overloading. Even in kind of OCJP questions or this kind of scenarios are very, very important, guys. Please practice more and more examples. Okay, then we'll catch up in the next session. We'll discuss about overriding in Java and use cases. Thank you, guys.